A remarkable discovery in France may just reshape the future of clean energy. Recently, scientists located a substantial natural hydrogen deposit, often referred to as white hydrogen, in the Moselle region beneath the surface. While some media outlets incorrectly reported its estimated value at an astronomical 92 trillion, the actual figure is 92 billion USD. Still though, this is an impressive valuation and one that underscores the potential significance of the find. This type of hydrogen, called white hydrogen, is naturally occurring and can be extracted without the emissions typically associated with industrial hydrogen production. Unlike green hydrogen, which is produced via electrolysis powered by renewable energy, or gray hydrogen, which is derived from fossil fuels like coal or natural gas, white hydrogen presents a unique advantage. It doesn't require extensive conversion processes and may offer a direct, cost-effective path to decarbonizing the global energy system. The implications for France are immense. Not only does this place the country at the forefront of a growing hydrogen economy, but it also opens up enormous economic opportunities, including job creation and technological innovation. Furthermore, such a discovery may inspire other countries to assess their own land for similar resources, potentially kicking off a global race to secure natural hydrogen reserves. What will we use all this hydrogen for? With a growing number of these hydrogen discoveries being made, not just in Europe but in places like the US and other regions, it's reasonable to ask, how exactly will hydrogen be used in the coming decades? Let's fast forward to 2035. What role might hydrogen play in our everyday energy use and industrial systems? According to several energy think tanks and analyses, hydrogen has the potential to disrupt multiple industries and infrastructure systems. Here are the top applications expected to see significant integration. 1. Heavy transport: trucks, ships, trains, and aircraft. Hydrogen fuel cells often are seen as a promising solution for long-haul heavy-duty transport, primarily because they offer fast refueling and greater range than many current battery options. Some, more like Sam Evans, were skeptical of hydrogen's future role in trucking, arguing that solid-state batteries, condensed batteries, and silicone anode tech will evolve to the point where electric trucks become more efficient and scalable than hydrogen ones. Still, ships and trains, or potentially even aircraft, may well be suited for a hydrogen-powered propulsion. These industries face unique challenges in electrification due to the weight and distance constraints. However, hydrogen could offer a clean, efficient solution. 2. Industrial applications: steel, cement, and chemical manufacturing. One of the most promising uses of hydrogen lies in its industrial sectors, particularly in steelmaking. Currently, steel production is responsible for nearly 10% of global carbon emissions. Using hydrogen instead of coal or natural gas in these processes could drastically lower carbon output and lead to a rise of so-called green steel. Similarly, in the chemical industry, hydrogen is already used in processes like ammonia production, refining, and the creation of synthetic fuel. Switching from fossil fuel-derived hydrogen to naturally occurring or green hydrogen could significantly clean up these sectors. Cement and glass production, two industries that currently rely on high-temp fossil fuel combustion, could also transition to using hydrogen. 3. Energy storage and grid balancing. As nations ramp up their renewable energy capacity, they often build up 200% or more of the energy they typically consume, primarily because wind and solar are intermittent. This means that some days and times produce massive surpluses of electricity. Hydrogen presents a compelling storage solution. Excess renewable electricity can be used to generate hydrogen via electrolysis, storing the energy for use during peak demand or when renewable generation dips. This can help balance the grid, reduce waste, and provide a buffer against outage. 4. Residential and commercial heating. In certain regions, hydrogen could replace natural gas in homes and businesses for heating. While this might sound futuristic, blended hydrogen gas systems are already being trialed in parts of Europe. 5. Power generation. Hydrogen can also be used to fuel gas turbines and fuel cells to generate electricity. Unlike traditional gas plants, hydrogen turbines emit zero CO2 when burning. This means hydrogen can act as a clean backup for solar and wind, helping smooth out the fluctuations caused by weather and seasonality. 6. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. While battery electric vehicles are expected to dominate the personal transport market, there is still room for a fuel cell electric vehicle in certain use cases, especially in countries like Japan, South Korea, and Germany, where governments have invested in hydrogen infrastructure. That said, it's important to note that passenger hydrogen vehicles have struggled to take off. In many markets, hydrogen fuel cells have actually closed due to lack of demand. So, while hydrogen may serve a niche, particularly in commercial fleets, taxis, or buses, it seems unlikely to rival BEVs in the mainstream market. The bigger picture: hydrogen's place in a post-carbon world. As clean energy's innovation continue at a rapid pace, hydrogen's sole purpose seems to be more complementary than central, at least for now. It's unlikely to replace batteries in light-duty transport, but it will be critical for areas where electrification is difficult. What France's discovery proves is that natural hydrogen, especially white hydrogen, may significantly lower the cost and environmental burden of hydrogen production. This could be a game changer, particularly if it can be tapped and distributed. In countries like France, the US, and others find more of these reserves, it could shift the global energy of geopolitics in new directions. Those with access to large hydrogen supplies could potentially export it just like oil. A curious side note, the Internal Combustion Engine Conference. In a twist of irony, during the same time France's hydrogen discovery was making headlines, a World Internal Combustion Engine Conference was being held of all places in China. This took place between April 19th and the 23rd, bringing together nearly 40 industry experts, scientists, and technologists from over 20 countries. The purpose? To explore the future of internal combustion engines in an era of increasing emission restrictions. The timing of the event raised eyebrows, especially since during that same week, electric vehicle sales in China hit a new record. Over 50.4% of all new car sales were EVs. The disconnect couldn't have been more stark. Critics joined the conference and felt like a fossil-fueled last hurrah, with some wondering if the attendees were simply out of touch or in denial about the global direction of transport. The event aimed to promote a hybrid future of combustion engines and new tech, but many believe that future is already being left behind. Final thoughts. Hydrogen, once a distant dream, has now become a very real and strategically important energy resource. From France's white hydrogen deposit to advances in electrolysis and global investment in hydrogen and infrastructure, the pieces are falling into place. Still, hydrogen isn't a silver bullet. It'll likely play a supporting role in the broader energy transmission, complementing renewables, batteries, and emerging grid tech. But make no mistake, natural hydrogen reserves like the one found in Moselle could be the fuel source of the future, particularly in hard-to-decarbonize sectors. Whether you're optimistic, skeptical, or somewhere in between, one thing is definitely clear. The hydrogen revolution is gaining momentum. Let us know what you think. Could France's white hydrogen reserves spark a new energy boom, or is the hype overblown? Share your take in the comments.